At a recent hearing, an advisory panel to the Food and Drug Administration overwhelmingly voted in favor of the approval of the Edwards SAPIEN transcatheter heart valve for very high-risk patients with aortic stenosis who are candidates for surgery. The valve is currently approved for inoperable patients only, but despite the majority vote, there were some concerns with the valve's safety.
The panel was presented an overwhelming amount of information from both the sponsor and the Food and Drug Administration. The sponsors and the investigators had this new device. They were seeking to learn how to best use it. There were many things that they found it necessary to change along the way. As a clinical investigator myself, that's quite understandable. I think the panel was impressed that they were always acting in the best interests of the patients by making some of these decisions on the fly. The downside of that, unfortunately, is that there are some changes that go on. It's a little bit difficult to have this absolutely perfectly consistent group of patients without any variability, but that's to be expected in a trial of very high risk and very ill individuals.
The panel also stressed the importance of continued collaboration between cardiologists and surgeons or heart teams.
That's key, the heart team. This is a surgical procedure, and the collaboration of the heart surgeon with the cardiologist is indispensable. And it goes beyond that. The clinical cardiologist, the social worker, the family, and the patient together need to make a decision.
Meanwhile, the procedure brings along a partnership at a higher level.
What is very unique and what is really going on today that strikes me is this new partnership between the FDA, CMS, and the professional societies in setting up a new system by which we can monitor real-world use of devices and continuously improve the outcome of patients and provide a platform and infrastructure for things like post-approval studies and working with industry in a new way. We all hope that we can find ways of doing healthcare reform, and in this area it's substantial reform in terms of the regulatory, the reimbursement, the training, and the impact of how this is going to roll out. And so I think we are in a very exciting time.
If the Food and Drug Administration decides to move forward and to allow approval of this valve for this expanded indications now in high-risk patients, this does provide patients with with an additional option that they have for the treatment of severe aortic stenosis.
This is Nasim Miller.